I wonder what's in this box. Well, I'll tell you what. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Leatherwood Bespoke Rosin, a rosin company based out of Australia. And they have bespoke rosins, which means that they are fully customizable to the player's liking. And in this video, I'm going to do an unboxing and first reveal. So let's get to it. If you're new to the channel, my name is Eric. I'm a violinist. I do violin content on the channel, like product reviews such as this one, violin tutorial videos. If you want to subscribe, please do so. I have a lot of great videos on the channel. All right, so first impressions, I got this tiny little box. Not sure what's inside, but the people at Leatherwood Bespoke Rosin were kind enough to send me some rosin to do a review of them. And actually, if you haven't checked out the Violin Podcast episode featuring the co-founder of Leatherwood Bespoke Rosins, Andrew Baker, I highly encourage you to check out that episode. It's on the Violin Podcast. It's now available. Highly encourage you to get that. Okay, here we go. So actually, I don't know where my box cutter went, so I'm gonna use these scissors, really ghetto. So I'm gonna open this up here. Actually, you are going to be the first one to look at what's inside this box. I'm gonna open it up for you. Is it cool? Is it really cool? Should I be really wowed? What's in the box? I have this Leatherwood Bespoke Rosin pamphlet. It shares the story of Leatherwood Bespoke Rosins. It's created and crafted by hand on the slopes of an ancient volcano in a valley of orchards and vineyards surrounded by Australian bushland. Native birds and wildlife. Our small team of creative artists work together to share in your passion for music making. Really awesome. And then it says how to take care of your rosin. This is what it looks like in the box. So it says, remove and discard the paper wrap from the rosin before use. Do not scratch the surface before use. Rosin the bow slowly with long strokes along the bow hair. Use as little rosin as possible. And that's something that Mr. Andrew Baker said on the Violin Podcast. Less is more when you apply rosin. I always thought that when I was growing up, the more rosin, the better, because I'm gonna stickier sound, I'm gonna get a bigger sound. That's actually the opposite of what he said. He actually says you want less rosin on the bow hair to create more resonance in your sound. And of course, the next point, it says, if you see too much rosin dust, use much less rosin. Remove excess rosin from the bow with a dry cotton cloth. Place the rosin face down on the non-stick surface of the leather when wrapping. Okay, let's check this out. So I have these, I got two packs. So this is what the Leatherwood Bespoke Rosin package looks like. It's a packaged, has like bubble wrap inside. So that, I mean, of course, rosin is it's kind of like a rock material. So you want to make sure that when being delivered across the world, it's not going to damage in shipping. So that's a nice touch. So I have these two here. I also have, what is this? I have this nice Leatherwood rosin paper, nice little touch here. And I also have a cloth. And Andrew said that before applying the rosin, the Leatherwood Bespoke Rosin, you want to use this cloth. It's a microfiber cloth, very high quality, just by first impressions, by like really feeling it. You want to remove the excess rosin off your existing bow hair, so that way when you apply your new rosin, you have a nice you have a lot more of that new rosin onto the bow hair. So this is what it looks like. It has a nice, beautiful logo, actually. Just first impressions, I think that this is probably the nicest microfiber cloth that I've held in my hand when it comes to like any kind of music microfiber cloth to like wipe off any like rosin dust and whatnot. So I'm gonna put this box over here. I'm gonna put this care right over here, and I'm gonna put this microfiber cloth right over here. Okay, let's take a look. I'm gonna try this one first. I'm gonna open this one up. And this is how, wow. Says Eric, here is a 65% supple in a lovely piece of hornpine, best Andrew. Really cool. So 65% supple, and we're gonna get to the specifics of what he means by supple and what he means by crisp, because he has like his own kind of rosin language as to how he makes his own creative rosin recipes. And not to mention, it's not just violin rosin recipes that he makes. He also makes it for viola, makes a specific recipe for Baroque violin, because Andrew is a Baroque violinist, so he was using it on his Baroque instruments and his Baroque bows. And not to mention for cello and double bass. So whatever instrument that you play, whatever string instrument that you play, you can get the rosin of your choosing. This is the 65% supple, so I'm gonna put this one right over here. And I see that there's another pack I'm gonna open this up, and then, there are 2 more rosins. Wow. Dear Eric, here is a supple and crisp for you. It's a supple and crisp. So I don't know which one is which. So we have 65% supple, 65% supple, and then we have one that is full supple and one crisp. I think I need to do another YouTube video. I think I need to do 3 separate YouTube videos for each separate rosin to do justice for these rosins. Let's talk about my first impressions of the leather casing. It is a nice leather feel. That does smell like real leather too. I felt like I just smelled like a cigar, like, it smells, yeah, so it's real leather. I can smell it's real leather. Let's open this up gently. And it has this nice little wrap. It's very, very well done. Like, that's a problem with rosins. I think that, you know, rosins, they have like this boring case. You know, it's either in a tin or it's some kind of plastic, and it has like this really mediocre cloth underneath. But this inspires me to actually go to my instrument and play it. So just like the feeling of opening this wrapper, and not to mention that there is like this is what it looks like inside. It has a nice soft paper, so that way it doesn't ruin the rosin. And then it has the Bespoke logo, and I'm gonna just slide this out. Wow, that is beautiful. Take a look at this, everyone. This is a beautiful color. It's like a nice dark red. It's like a ruby red kind of color to the rosin. And what's really neat is that they make it out of the rosin casing is made out of real wood. I think pine, as what Andrew said in the letter here. But my gosh, and it has like Leatherwood Bespoke Rosins engraved on the wooden part of the back. So first impressions, it's a beautiful rosin. It is so nice. It makes me, and the design of the rosin is like very well thought out, because a lot of rosins are made of like this, like circles, right? And then I don't know about you, and I explained this in the Violin podcast episode, that I'm kind of sick of like having to turn my rosin so that way I get a nice flat layer, so that way it's not like one or the other. And I know that you know, rosin companies, they do that so that way they can earn, you know, that's like the products can be breakable, and they have to like, you know, violinists have strategically figured out how to cheat the system by circling that rosin over and over again. But this is such an elegant solution. It's a nice, and it's a nice like layer. You know, I can see myself using this all the time. So I'm not sure. It doesn't say specifically which is the supple and the crisp. So I hope that I get a little bit more clarity. Actually, it says V and C. So violin crisp. So the C must stand for crisp. So I will leave that to the side. Let's open up the supple one. I think that's the one that's left here. I just really love this casing. This is so well thought out. Makes me feel like a kid again. You know, like when you get like a toy, like on Christmas, or you get like a toy when you're younger, and you're like so excited about this toy. This is how I feel right now. This is so neat. Makes me want to play my violin right now, honestly. So as I predicted, so V and S violin, and then S for supple, very clear. And then let's see what the color is on this one. Oh, interesting. So the crisp, if you can take a look at the different, I'm kind of scared to hold them both at the same time because I'm so afraid to drop them. Luckily, we have this really nice wooden case. So you might not see it on the video, but this one is the crisp, which is a little bit darker color. And then this one is the supple, which is a little bit lighter color. And I'm not sure it's also reflected in the wood, but this is a lighter wood, and maybe Andrew and the Leatherwood Bespoke Rosins team, they have different color woods for different kinds of rosins. I can see themselves doing that, so that way they can keep track of their inventory. This is the supple one. Very beautiful. And now, most importantly, we got the third one, which is the 65% supple, and I think the rest of it is crisp. Now, what Andrew was telling me is that he makes specially customizable rosins for anyone in the world. He said he's made over 100 different recipes for different violinists, violists, cellists, double bassists, etc. And he was kind enough to send me a very custom one. So after the interview, he asked me what was my ideal kind of playing type, and what kind of repertoire do I use, what kind of bow do I use. And I told him that this is my playing style. You know, I want something that's responsive, but I don't like a lot of bow hair noise like under my ear. I feel like that's like a common problem amongst violinists, is having that bow hair noise. Part of it is the string, part of it is the rosin, part of it is the hair. There's like so many like tiny little details that go inside just figuring out what that noise is. So for me, resonance is the most important key into establishing a good sound, and I teach this amongst my students as well. And resonance for me helps carry my violin sound to the end of the hall. If I can do that in a concert hall, then I'm sold. I would really, really like that in a rosin. So let's check this out. Let's see what the color is like. Again, I really, really like the feel of this. I like it. It inspires me to just use this rosin, and it's like a nice feel leather, and it's great. I love it. Also, something to mention is that these are all handmade in Australia, and I think I got this shipped like within a week. The Leatherwood Bespoke Rosins team, they were able to send it via express. And I think that's included in the price on their website. And if you're interested in buying one of these rosins, I'm going to be leaving an affiliate link down below, so that way you can get a hold of one of these Leatherwood Bespoke Rosins. All right, let's check out the 65% supple. Yeah, 65%. All right, let's check it out. So I can't get over that leather. This reminds me when I was a young kid. I used to go to Poland with my family, and we went to the southern region called Zakopane, and they would always have like these like leather goods. That's what this leather kind of reminds me of. Is Zakopane, like they would have like all these like wonderful wallets that are made of genuine leather, and that's what that smell reminds me of. So really cool. All right, here we go. So this is the Bespoke, and the Violin Supple Bespoke. So BE for bespoke, which means that it is a custom rosin. Interesting. So yeah, I really like the touch. It's, you can see that somebody was doing handwritten here. Maybe it was Andrew from Bespoke Rosins who wrote this. It's like a nice personal touch, having somebody write that for you. It would be really cool if the Leatherwood Rosins team would maybe engrave your name on it, or even write it in like pen from the maker of that rosin that particular day, and say, hey, I made this rosin, here's my name, this is for you. That would be a really cool idea if the Leatherwood Bespoke Rosins would have that option. I think having that engraved like they do like in the Leatherwood Bespoke, like on the back, it would be really cool if they can do that as a gift. So this is by far the lightest rosin of the colors that I see. It's nice. It's more on the orange side than it is on the red. Like if you compare, this is the crisp, like the crisp and the bespoke, hopefully you can tell maybe based on the light that the colors are very different. This is a little darker than this one. And also just a side note here, as we progressively get to the more custom rosin, the wood actually changes. So small detail, it probably means nothing, but I noticed it, that this is a dark rosin with a dark wood. And once we get to the supple gets lighter and it has a lighter wood. And then once you get fully custom, then this is a much lighter wood. And of course has the Violin Supple Bespoke right over here. So these are the rosins that the Leatherwood Bespoke Rosins team has brought in. And I think what will be fair for you, the audience, is to have an honest review on each separate rosin. So what I'll do within the next month, I'm gonna submit another video on each specific rosin and what are my thoughts on this rosin. If you're interested in learning more about the rosin, check out the Violin podcast episode down in the description below. Also, if you're really sold on this violin rosin and I did a really good job explaining it, then I'm gonna provide a link down in the description below, so that way you just click on it and you'll be redirected to get Leatherwood Bespoke Rosins. So here are the things that I like right now. I like how there's this very personal touch. I got a very specific you know, handwritten gesture from the maker and the founder of Leatherwood Bespoke Rosin. And I like how it's handmade. I think that's important for me. I like to know who made my rosin. I think that adds like a very special, unique touch to the rosin. And I just like the quality, just based on what I'm feeling right now. The wood is high quality. The leather is high quality. Very personal touch. Again, if there's one thing that maybe I would do for like people who are requesting specific rosins, like custom rosin, you know, they are paying a premium for having this rosin. So what I would do is just, instead of having it handwritten, which is also a nice touch, I would do it handwritten, and I would also do like an engraving of their actual name. I think that would be really, really cool if they can do that. It might add like a small personal touch that could be like, okay, I'm holding this violin rosin in my hand that was designed especially for me, and it has my name on it. It's kind of like when you're engraving like an Apple product, you know, like it just makes it like a little bit more special if your name is on it. So that's something that maybe I would suggest to the Leatherwood Bespoke Rosin team if I were to give any suggestions. But I think my next task is to try out these rosins in their different forms and different applications. And I'm gonna be very busy making these videos for you. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this provided a lot of value for you. And if you liked the video, again, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications. That way you get notified for when new videos come out. I do a lot of violin content, product reviews such as this one, and your subscription would mean the world to me. Thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next videos.